Hi coaches, so today I wanted to do a little training about how I keep things organized with my crazy life. As some of you know, I have a 4-year-old, a 2.5-year-old, and a 7-month-old, and life is busy, and I've tried a lot of different ways to organize my business, and while it's still not perfect, I finally kind of found a system that works for me, and so here we go. I actually had a coach who's in a similar situation as I am. And so for her Emerald gift, I made a binder, basically really similar to what I use, and hopefully it works for her. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I have tried everything to track, and honestly, it's not easy. I've tried Excel because I love Excel. I'm a math nerd. I've tried Asana. And at the end of the day, I've tried Anote, I've tried Evernote, which I love Evernote for my posts and keeping track of things like that, but not for my contact list. At the end of the day, it's gone back to pen and paper, but here's a better way that I am able to track what I'm doing on a daily basis. Some people use the BAT, some people use the Power of Threes, which those are also both great ways to make sure your business is on point with, what you've been trying to do. But for me, I don't always have that set time every day. Like I do get up early and I do as much as I can, but if I have a nursing baby or a teething baby, I'm sometimes don't have that consistent time. So some days I'll do 20 invites, other days I'll just do follow-ups. So this is what's worked for me, and, basically here we go. The magic, in my opinion, is in the follow-up. That's where I've seen my business grow the most, is being able to follow up with people and not letting people slip through the cracks, especially people that you've built that relationship with. You've put that time and you've invested in them. Then all of a sudden you forget to contact them next month. It's a dagger to your business moving forward. So no matter what, even if you think you can organize all your thoughts in just your Facebook messages, let me tell you right now, you are missing people, and you need to have a system. Whether you've been a coach for a week or for a year, you need to figure this out. So it should be at the top of your priority list. Okay, so here we go. This is what I do, and see if it works for you. I have my folder. Tab 1 is contact list. What I then do is, I like personally to make my posts that are my call to actions a way to reach people and a way to excite people about what we're doing. I personally really don't like just reaching out to people and being like, hey, are you interested? Forming people is great, and making that relationship is essential. I would never tell you to just make a post and then basically hit up everyone like, hey, you want to buy from me? Because as we talk about, you can buy from anyone. People want to buy from someone that they think will support them on their journey, knows them, cares about their goals, and that is where the essential part of this relationship comes in. That's why I like my posts to be great, to speak to my brand, which if you haven't figured out what your brand is yet, you kind of have to, because otherwise you're just spreading a really wide net. And if there are over 250,000 other people potentially doing what you're doing, how are you going to figure out what's going to make you successful? Who can you help the most? So if you haven't done a branding activity yet, I would highly suggest that you reach out to your upline or you contact me, and I can help you do that. So branding is definitely really important. And my posts, when someone likes a post or comments on a post, I kind of run through a way to look at those people for who are my quality likes and my quality comments. Obviously, other Beachbody coaches are nice to support me, but I'm not going to be reaching out to them. Or like if my grandma likes a post, I'm not going to be reaching out to her. So I go through a process where if someone's on my like page or my fan page, I'll check out their page, see if it's someone that I should either spend the $1 to send the message, or if I should, reach out to them. Are they worth the time I would invest in them, from someone who's just kind of being nice that I really don't think is interested? I message everyone, but there is a way to kind of keep track of who you think could be more of a quality contact. So I write all those names down. Let's say I have 50 people like a post. I go through that vetting process, and then let's say I have 30 names left. I write all those names down. And then when I do reach out to them, I put on the inside tab here, I put the date that I reached out to them. And if I paid $1, I kind of put that next to their name and I circle it. If I'm going to pay money to send a message to you, there's a good chance that I'm going to be following up with you again if you don't respond, just because why pay money and then someone doesn't get back to you? You're just wasting your money. Don't waste your money. Okay, so if someone then does get back to me, I have another page, which is my follow-up page. And I have at the top, I have the month, and then I have month follow-up list. And so if someone reaches out then and we have a conversation, and this is where we're forming and getting to know each other and talking about the challenge group, I put the date again that I followed up with them. If there's another date that I tell them I'm going to follow up, it goes in my calendar. Or, for example, if someone's like, this sounds awesome, but I just don't have the funds this month, or, I want to wait a few more weeks just to get over an injury or whatever, whatever objection they have. Immediately, they go on the next month, which is the next page. So I have a contact list, a follow-up list, and then the next month follow-up list. So for example, on this page, I would have May follow-up, and someone's name would go right there. So then as soon as May 1st happens, or whatever date I told them I would contact them in May, I already have that list built. I've already have that list built with relationships, with people that I've gotten to know that just maybe weren't ready. And, even if it's 2 months in advance, I have May, June, July pages. So that I know, okay, in June I need to reach out. Or if someone ends a challenge group in February and I think that they might be interested again in a couple months, I'll put them on the June list. So then I don't lose those people. Okay, so then let's say someone does buy a challenge pack after they've gotten to this point. Now what I do for that process is almost immediately, I try to do it the same day. It doesn't always happen, but I write them a handwritten thank you. For me, it's helped me feel better about the customer service, trying to give more, trying to help their experience more, help them know that I am really invested in their goals, that I am thankful that they've decided to let me help them on their journey to feel better. And it's just as sincere to me. If someone, buys something from you, or if someone helps you with something or chooses you, you should tell them thank you. And it takes all of 2 minutes to write a handwritten note. So do that. Then I pull out my calendar. 3 weeks from the date that they purchased, I write their name down. And then when that 3-week mark comes, I have a script, which you can read it. It's in my Google Drive. But when that 3-week date comes, I reach out to them and say, hey, how are you liking your Shakeology? Hopefully they've already been involved in the group, but not everyone is. And then I say, okay, well, if you're liking it, then let's talk. Why would you pay full price? You can get it for $97 a bag. Is this something you'd be interested in? If it's something that they're not interested in and it's just really not working out for them, or for whatever reason, I let them know, like, hey, I can cancel that for you. So again, that customer service, repeat customers. Sometimes, I'm far from perfect. Sometimes people have fallen through the cracks of this system, especially because I've been trying to figure it out. And people are not happy when their card is just charged and they didn't see it coming. And so if I can stress one thing, it's to be very clear that they are on auto ship. Here are the charges. Here are potential things that we can talk through. I can help you cancel those things, but you probably won't have a repeat customer if you didn't tell them that they would get another order. And it's happened to me, and I always feel really bad. And I know that person's probably not going to be a customer anymore. And so, it's a double whammy of feeling bad, right? Not only did you let them down, but you've hurt your business. So, tracking and customer service, I think, are 2 ways to really grow your business immensely. That customer experience, every Monday I check in. So once someone does buy a challenge pack, I have a tab that says challenge group. And on that page, I have the name of the challenge group, the start date, and then I have the name of my participants, the program, and their goals. So on Sunday or Monday, when I am reaching out to all of my, people active in a challenge group, I then have that list. I don't have to bounce around. I can just go down that list one person at a time and say, hey, how you doing? How was your week? What can I help you with? Because then you're not just throwing someone in a group and forgetting about them. You should be touching base at least weekly, in my opinion, at least. Okay, so now let's talk about coaches and how I keep track of my coaches. They're in this special binder too. So the coaches, when someone signs up and tells me they want to be a career coach or that they want to be a hobby coach, but I can tell they kind of want more, I talk to them about a Voxer date, which, you know, Voxer is an app. It's kind of like a recorded walkie-talkie, and it's a way for me to check in with my coaches weekly, especially my business builders, because then I know we're working on something together. So when someone signs up as a coach with one of those two options, my discount coaches, I'll check in, you know, every few months. I try to check in. But the other coaches, what I do is they get their name, their coach ID, the date they signed up, their Voxer date, and that also goes in my calendar weekly, what leg they're on, and then every week that I talk to them, we talk about what goals they want or just things that they need help on and things like that. And honestly, my Voxers are all of 30 seconds to a minute. It's 3 really simple questions, no big deal. And then I keep my coaches in alphabetical order, just so then I know, like, if someone's like, hey, I need help or I need a link, I can flip to them and I know their coach ID and I can help them right away. And also then I can keep track in my mind. So that's how I keep track of my coaches. My other 2 tabs are goals, ideas, posts, things like that. I kind of, if I think of something random and I have my notebook with me, I'll write it down. And then trainings. My last tab is trainings. So if I am listening to a call or some really great YouTube video, I'll take notes on it and then put it in that tab, and then I can share it with my team and I can go back to it easier. I don't have to re-listen to that entire call. I can have those Cliff Notes version of it and fly back to it when another coach asks me for help or something like that. So anyway, that's how I roll. That's the system I found for myself. If you have any other ideas or suggestions, or you let me know what's worked for you, that's awesome. And just let me know. Let me know what you think. If there's any other questions I can answer, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.